Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Indy Thriving Schools live stream cohort event. Thank you for being patient with me as we navigate this. This is the first time that we're doing this in this fashion, and I'm really excited to be here with you all. So let's get started. And thank you for your patience.
On Christmas Eve, 1968, astronaut Bill Anders snapped a photo of the Earth as Apollo 8 orbited the moon. Those three guys were surprised to see from their eyes what a planet looked like an Earthrise, a blue orb hovering over the moon's gray horizon with deep oceans and silver skies. It was our world's first glance at itself, our first chance to see a shared reality, a declared stance, and a commonality, a glimpse into our planet's mirror. And as threats drew nearer, our own urgency became clearer as we realized that we hold nothing dearer than this floating body we all call home. We've known that we're caught in the throes of climactic changes some say will just go away, while some simply pray to survive another day. For it is the obscure, the oppressed, the poor who, when the disaster is declared done, still suffer more than anyone. Climate change is the single greatest challenge of our time. Of this, you're certainly aware. It's saddening, but I cannot spare you from knowing an inconvenient fact, because it's getting the facts straight that gets us to act and not to wait. So I tell you this not to scare you, but to prepare you, to dare you to dream a different reality where, despite disparities, we all care to protect this world, this riddled blue marvel, this little true marvel, to master the verve and the nerve to see how we can serve our planet. You don't need to be a politician to make it your mission to conserve, to protect, to preserve that one and only home that is ours. To use your unique power to give next generations the planet they deserve. We are demonstrating, creating, advocating. We heed this inconvenient truth because we need to be anything but lenient with the future of our youth. And while this is a training in sustaining the future of our planet, there is no rehearsal. The time is now, because the reversal of harm and protection of a future so universal should be anything but controversial. So, Earth, pale blue dots, we will fail you not, just as we chose to go to the moon. We know it's never too soon to choose hope. We choose to do more than cope with climate change. We choose to end it. We refuse to lose. We do this and more, not because it's very easy or nice, but because it is necessary. Because with every dawn, we carry the weight of the fates of this celestial body orbiting a star. And as heavy as that weight sounded, it doesn't hold us down, but it keeps us grounded, steady, ready, because an environmental movement of this size is simply another form of an Earthrise. To see it, close your eyes, visualize that all of us in this room and outside of these walls or in these halls, all of us change makers, or in a spacecraft floating like a silver raft in space, and we see the face of a planet anew. We relish the view, we witness its round green and brilliant blue, which inspires us to ask deeply, wholly, what can we do? Open your eyes, know the future of this wise planet is right in sight, right? And all of us trust this earth uprising. All of us bring light to exciting solutions never tried before, for it is our hope that implores us at our uncompromising core to keep rising up for an earth more than worth fighting for.
And what a powerful message that is. Thank you all so much for being here for the 2020 Indy Thriving Schools Challenge announcement and cohorts. My name is Tatiana Rebel. I am the Resilient School Coordinator with Earth Charter Indiana, and the program that I am proud to be the lead of is the Indianapolis Thriving Schools Challenge. I'm honored to be here with you all in this moment, this unprecedented moment, right? We are in the midst of having to do this virtual as we're all facing the pandemic and other things throughout, not just our city, but our country and our world. And I'm just grateful to be here with you all in this moment. A little backstory, Earth Charter Indiana is the nonprofit that I work for. Was created in 2001 by John Gibson and Jerry King. Our focus is on intergenerational action and education in the face of climate crisis, what we can do to mitigate the crisis, and how we can adapt with dignity and resilience. Earth Charter Indiana exists to inspire and advance sustainable, just, and peaceful living in Indiana by promoting the values and principles of the Earth Charter, of which we are honored to be the only U.S. chapter. To serve our mission, we support education with youth regarding climate impacts and to support them in expressing themselves to make their voice heard, just as the powerful Amanda Gorman just did. A little bit about the Indianapolis Thriving Schools Challenge. It started in 2019. This is the third year of the program, and the beginning of my second year as the Resilient Schools Coordinator. We began in a partnership with the Indianapolis Office of Sustainability for the first 2 years and look forward to continuing colleagueship with the city in support of our shared goals. The Thrive Indianapolis program is the city's comprehensive plan to create a more resilient and sustainable community, and we are proud that ITSC is an important component of Thrive, educating and empowering youth and schools to model exemplary behavior. Together, we can create a more resilient, climate-ready, and sustainable Indianapolis. The Indy Thriving Schools provide certification and the possibility of grant funding to schools for up to 3 projects for up to a total of $5,000. We are excited to be able to expand this program to not just Marion County schools, but potentially to our entire state. And with the conditions of last year, we have decided to be able to become a 2-year application process in an effect to be able to get schools when the ideas are ripe and to be able to be present for schools as much as they need in moving to a sustainable future. The Indianapolis Thriving Schools Challenge is one of the ways that I feel like we can create change in Indianapolis by supporting schools, students, teacher, and faculty in their mission to become sustainable. I believe to my core that schools are the community hubs that we need. And when we do things within our school system, we are able to spread throughout our neighborhoods and invoke change that then spreads throughout our city, throughout our state, and throughout our world. In effort to ensure that support, we also offer stipends for teachers and educators that implement the programs within their schools. It is important to us to show them and you, those that are within the program, that we honor, respect, and are so grateful for the work that you're doing. You can learn more about our program as well as the new Let's Talk ITSC series that will be beginning in the last Thursday of every month at our website, www.indythrivingschools.com. Every month, I'll be joined by students, teachers, faculty, and others within the business of sustainability or the nonprofits focus on sustainability to be in dialogue about what it looks like to become a more sustainable community. It's a space where we're going to be able to share our triumphs and talk about what our struggles are and learn together as a unit to center schools into the fight and the talk about sustainability and climate change. It's something that I'm really excited about, and I hope that you can join us. You can find more on the website as well as Earth Charter Indiana's Facebook and Instagram pages. Now, I'm excited to start our program and continue our program with you. Thank you for being patient with me as I navigate doing this via Zoom. It is greatly appreciated. And let's get back to our program.
Hello, Indy Thriving Schools. This is Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett. I am honored to join you for the third year in a row of the Indy Thriving Schools Challenge. This year, you are bringing new meaning to the name of this program. Since last March, schools have faced incredible challenges, and yet, here you are, thriving. Congratulations on not just getting through 2020, but on keeping alive the goal of a sustainable Indianapolis. Each of your projects is unique, efficient, and innovative. Some are agriculture-based, like sustainable gardening, wildflower preservation, and irrigation. Others focus on waste reduction, like composting, rainwater collection, and zero-waste cafeterias. In every case, though, these projects represent the talent and ambition of a young generation working to create a safer, healthier, better world. There has never been a better time for that message. As our city grapples with many of the same issues around sustainability, we are taking your example as inspiration. So on behalf of the city of Indianapolis, thank you to all the students, faculty, and parents who helped make this year successful for Indy Thriving Schools Challenge.
We'd also like to take a moment to honor and thank the cohorts for the 2020 Indy Thriving Schools. It was unprecedented what we were facing, and no matter if projects had to be tabled or shifted, they showed up and did what they could and handled and tackled the unimaginable. So thank you to every single champion that showed me what devotion looks like. It is because of you that I am inspired to show up every day, just as you have for your students. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'd also like to take a moment to thank our funders and community partners. The McKinney Foundation, 3M Foundation, the Energy Foundation, Cummings, CICF, and the City of Indianapolis's Office of Sustainability, Indiana State Museum, and Full Circle Initiative. We would not be where we are today without you, and I look forward to continuing these partnerships as we move forward to create Indy Thriving Schools Challenge to be what I fully believe it has the potential to become. And now to our application cohorts, and I'm honored to announce the grant awardees and those that will be within the program for 2021. Ben Davis High School will be working on early childhood education, centering garden beds, as well as a farm-to-table culinary arts partnership with their Career Center and other partners throughout the state of Indiana. Danville Community Middle School, our first school outside of the Indianapolis area, and we're so honored to begin this program and this moving to expand our program with you on your wildflower garden sanctuary. Global Prep Academy, thank you so much for being a part of this. They'll be working on their rainwater collection system, a sensory garden, expanding their compost, as well as a great Thriving Schools hit, which is chickens for their chicken coop. Holy Angels Catholic School will be expanding their compost and working on expanding their zero waste cafeteria program as well. What is zero waste cafeterias and why do we think we should have one? That's a really huge question. And here we have some students that decided a couple of years ago to take on zero waste within their school.
Climate change, a phrase many have heard but few understand.
Climate change refers to the slow change in average temperatures worldwide. Climate change is caused by pollution and results in many things, including raging wildfires and rising sea levels.
One of the biggest aspects of climate change is waste. While it may seem like a huge problem, anyone at any age can make a difference with small changes and new habits. The Zero Initiative, our environmentalist organization, implements the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project to help aid the fight against climate change.
The Zero Waste Cafeteria Project is a way for schools around the world to have zero waste alternatives in their cafeteria.
The Zero Waste Cafeteria Project also encourages eco-friendly habits such as recycling and food rescue.
The goal of the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project is to get schools to minimize the waste in their cafeteria. Here are the 5 main stations of the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project that can help get your school on track to becoming zero waste. Station 1, the liquid station, where milk, juice, and other liquids can be poured out so that the carton or container can be recycled. Station 2, the recycling station, where all recyclable materials besides trays are put. Station 3, the trash station, where everything that is not recyclable is put as a last resort. Station 4, the tray station, where all the recyclable trays go. If you have reusable trays or utensils, you could switch this step out for a bin that students can place their reusable items in to be washed. Station 5, food rescue. You can have this as a station in the line, at the separate tables, or on a cart. This is where all the uneaten, unopened food will be placed until it is taken to a food pantry.
As with any change, the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project had a few bumps along the road. There was some difficulty getting some of the student body to participate, but we pushed through and the program has been accepted school-wide. One of the first steps to implementing the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project is to create a plan that you can present to your principal or boss. They'll probably have some changes, don't get discouraged. It's all part of making an idea come to life. Once you make all the necessary changes to the plan, then you should go talk to the head of your school's custodial staff and make sure they're on board. If they are, then you are well on your way to a zero waste cafeteria or facility. Next, you need to talk to the rest of the staff and continue to adjust the plan to accommodate for everyone's need. It's okay to compromise on some things as long as the general program and message remains intact. It's more important to have the program implemented ASAP than to take forever getting it just right. You can always edit the plan once it's already implemented. We did that many times.
We were inspired to start the Zero Waste Cafeteria Project because of our love for environmental activities as well as saving our planet and our future. We were also inspired by cafeteria culture. We saw their video on zero waste and we decided that that was a way that we could affect change in our school and our community.
The Zero Initiative started at IPS 91 and is based in Indianapolis, Indiana.
For more information, come check us out at our website or contact us via email. We'd love to collaborate.
The Zero Waste Cafeteria Project,
a branch of the Zero Initiative. For our planet,
for our future.
And back to our awardees. Indian Creek Elementary School will be actually breaking ground on starting their brand new school garden. New Augusta Public Academy North will be restoring a greenhouse that will in effect be able to be utilized for the entire school and surrounding areas as well. Nora Elementary will be repairing and expanding their irrigation system, as well as getting mason beehives, larva kits, and creating classroom exploration kits for every teacher to be able to utilize their outdoor garden space. And did you know that you can grow food in a garden at home and in your classroom? Last year, as so many other things, our Earth Charter Indiana's climate camp had to go virtual. And while we couldn't spend time together, one of the great things that we were able to do was to be able to have video. And this following video became a huge hit and probably is going to live in climate camp infamy. Let's take a moment to hear from Sprouting with Tina.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Sproutin' with Tina. Today we're going to learn how to grow our own food from your own kitchen. All you need are your sprout seeds, and you got them in your jars. So these are just a mix of different kinds of seeds. And sprouts are awesome because you just germinate them in water and you eat them. And they've got tons of nutrients. They're quick and easy to grow, but they're really, really, really healthy for you. So we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of seeds in. For you guys, just pour in all the seeds that you got in your jar. And first, you're going to let them soak in water overnight. So I just put about halfway through. They're gonna go to the bottom, and we're gonna cover it with our cheesecloth because this is gonna make everything easier. But basically, all we're gonna do is soak them overnight, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna say about 6 to 12 hours. Then after 6 to 12 hours, you're going to start rinsing them about 3 or 4 times a day. So I'll show you what that looks like tomorrow, but this is the start. All we're doing is just soaking these seeds, okay? We'll check them out tomorrow.
All right, so it's the next morning. Check it out. They've been soaking, and now the main work that we need to do with these is to keep rinsing. So we really want to rinse them well. And the cheesecloth is super handy because it lets you keep the seeds in and drain all the water out. It's important to keep the water out of here because it can get full of bacteria and stuff that you do not want to eat. So then you find a bowl that you can use, and you kind of tilt it so that the water can continue to drain out of your cheesecloth. And I just leave it sitting right here. And I leave it sitting right by the sink so that I can keep draining it. And you're going to want to drain this 3 to 4 times a day. And we'll check back in tomorrow and see what they look like.
Oh, happy birthday, Sprouts. Look at them. They're growing. So you're just going to start this daily process of rinsing them about 3 or 4 times a day. You want to get all that water out, rinse them really well, and then put them back in their bowl upside down, preferably somewhere kind of dark. What? A healthy meal that you grew yourself in your own house? Amazing. And keep on doing it for a few days. You have a literal feast of super duper healthy food that you grew yourself with a very, very low carbon footprint because it didn't need to be transported anywhere and it didn't take too many resources. And Lucy says thank you. Thanks for sprouting with Tina and Lucy.
And back to our grantees. Pike High School will be rehabilitating their entire cross-country course, removing invasive species and planting native species using the greenhouse that is at the high school as well. Purdue Polytechnic High School in Inglewood will be establishing and starting their very first zero waste cafeteria program. Riverside High School will be expanding their community garden with hopes of starting a farmer's market. The School for Community Learning will be creating sustainably centered curriculum. Now, why is education and speaking up so crucial to creating change? One of the greatest things that we also got from Climate Camp this year was this great, amazing video from one of our climate campers, Emiko. And while I know it's hard to imagine having the AC on when there's so much snow outside, we can't help but love this message from the star of today's launch, Tina.
What are you doing? It's hot in here. Yeah, but turning on the air conditioner is bad for climate change. You don't really believe in that stuff, do you? What stuff? Science? I'm saying climate change isn't real. Wait, so you don't think the planet is warming, or do you think humans didn't cause it? Huh? Because the average surface temperature of the Earth has risen, the temperatures of the ocean has risen, the Earth's ice sheets are melting, snow cover and glaciers are shrinking, sea levels are rising. Fine, but don't blame humans. Look, I literally love humans more than anything, but they totally are the ones causing this. How do you know? I couldn't become a climate scientist because they don't let dogs into college, but 97% of climate scientists agree that humans are causing this. How do they know? Because the more carbon we put into our atmosphere from coal, oil, and gas, the higher the temperatures are going. I mean, scientists everywhere would tell you this. The only charts I care about are the ones that show what time humans feed me. I love that chart too. I'm gonna give you a few things to read.
Still one of my favorite things ever. And now for the last of our fall application cohorts. Since charter school will be expanding their native species butterfly and pollinator gardens. Tinley Summit will be building their community learning garden as well as creating a recycling program. Victory College Prep will be expanding their Green Team Leadership Program, an irrigation and education program, as well as creating a sensory pathway. I just want to congratulate and welcome all the schools into this Indy Thriving Schools Challenge family. I look forward to working alongside you. And I know that the thought of climate change and sustainability seems big and vast, and we never sometimes know where to start, but it just starts with us. And it looks in all sorts of fashions. However you feel called to make a change, you can do it. And to prove so, I've asked my friend TJ Reynolds, who is an Indy native, but a teacher in Boston, not to his discredit, but an amazing human as well, to show us exactly how to do that.
Mr. Reynolds!
Yeah?
You need to take out the recycling!
Okay.
Today!
Okay. Just sat down. Do this, do that, do that. Do this, do that. I'm always bossing myself around. Recycling is coming alive. It's got some kind of energy in it, some life force. I must shape it. Hey, perfect. I'll use the scissors. Get back here, you. All right. So I'm going to make a robot out of recycled material. In fact, I'm going to take the recycling. I'm just kind of playing with the material and seeing what I can make. thinking, maybe I can make some kind of leg structure. I thought at first maybe I'll make them round, but maybe if I make them like these triangles, these triangular prisms, maybe that would be nice and strong. Use a little bit of tape. All right, 2 legs. What else can we use? I like this face. I don't want to just take the whole face, but I think I'm going to have to use these eyeballs. They're just too perfect. We'll put them aside for later. This corn looks like teeth. Maybe I could use it. Make it look like a little mouth. Oh, this box could be the body. Let me attach the legs on there. Piece of tape on the side. Piece of tape on the back there. Yeah. Sometimes go across the tape to hold it in. Cut the shapes out of the soap boxes to make them the feet. I have a feeling whatever character I end up making might be a little highfalutin if they're literally on their soapbox the whole time. All right, we've got the feet. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the arms. The way I cut these boxes, I feel like maybe these could be cool little joints. Fit them inside and then add a couple of pieces of tape to support them. Hold them in place. Make the elbows go in different directions just for fun. Alright, and we could put the head right in there. I'll cut a little mouth and take the corn teeth inside. Give him some thumbs. Slide something in there. And maybe something, some personality, something to take away from all that, the words on the front. A little heart, there we go, Mr. Robot.
Thank you for making me. I challenge you to a dance off. Dance off!
Awesome! Barely catching my breath.
Time to take out that recycling!
Oh, unfortunately, I gotta take out the rest of the recycling now. But you can stay. You're my friend.
I hope you guys enjoyed this little program. I know I really enjoyed putting it together, and so grateful to be able to remember that this work doesn't have to be daunting, it can be fun. And it's not always hard when we're in it together. I look forward to working alongside the schools that are the cohorts this year. If you have any questions on how to bring the program to your school or think sustainability, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, my name is Tatiana Rebel. I am the Resilient Schools Coordinator for Earth Charter Indiana, and I look forward to being in this work alongside you and with you. As I like to say, from the soil to the State House, we got your back in this movement, and we believe in you. I believe in you, and hope you guys have a beautiful day and glorious weekend. We'll talk to you soon.